Well, how's it going, everybody? Yukon here. Slept right there last night. Built me a little teeny tiny fire. It got really, really cold. Now, I heated this rock up for a long time, and I used it for a hot rock, like in my sleeping bag. And I actually I built a little tiny fire right here. See, it was earlier in the night. Yeah, I put it on that big rock. This is all unnatural. That's been bulldozed out and all this stuff spread, so that's all gravel and soil underneath here. So almost nothing's growing yet. It's taking a while to get established, but you know, they'll be out or whatever before I leave. Having a nice cup of coffee, my third. It's chilly, it's still in the low 40s, but the wind's finally calmed down. We got real damp, real heavy dew. I knew there would be. Look at that, even got up under here. Get on my helmet and stuff. Tire. I wasn't as exposed, believe it or not, as it would have been if I'd have set my hammock up. See, I'm trying to dry a few things out. If I'd have put my hammock, that would have been bad. And I did see a hornet fly into this nest earlier. What's left of it, I don't know. A bear might have done that. I'm not sure. Some kind of animal. Anyway, I actually slept pretty good. If it had been just a little bit warmer, I'd have slept much better. Or, like I thought, I should have put right in. I should have slept right in there. I'd say it'd been like 5 degrees warmer. Anyway, yabbity yabbity. I'm gonna get rolling here in a few minutes. Have one more cup of coffee. It's Yukon over and out. Too late again. There's a church down there that rings its bells every hour, and it just stops. So it must be either 7 or 8 o'clock. I think it's 8. I'm about to get rolling, everybody. It's Yukon over and out. How's it going, everybody? Yukon here, backtracking just a little bit. I'm gonna check the map, see how much further I gotta go to get food. I have 0, absolutely nothing. Even though I've ate breakfast. If it's more than 10 miles, I'm gonna go into the store and get something to eat. I'm gonna check right quick. No problems coming out there. All right, person that just passed me in that vehicle, they lived the first house on the left as I was coming out. She was getting ready to go to work, I guess. She just looked at me. That's a pretty good place to camp, to be honest. That's other being chilly. Nice house. There's beautiful houses, beautiful homes in here. Hope everybody's having a good one. Yukon over now. Nice, pretty. I think this is the back of a lake. I'm assuming that's the river and it's dammed up. And of course, always, as soon as I start recording, there's 50 cars show up. Right. I feel like Rodney. I never get any respect. Cars everywhere. Everybody have a good day. It's Yukon over there. Look at this community, everybody. It's just like all of a sudden you come out of the fields and away from the river, and here it is. It's been going for maybe a half a mile. Big church there. I think it's a Catholic church. Is it not? Sure it is. Pretty cool. And then well, I was gonna go to Vermont and get a Dunkin' Donut, but I believe that might be the bridge. Detour ahead, we shall see. Anyway, hope you guys are having a good day. I'm still on the New Hampshire side, working my way down the Connecticut River. It's Bellow Falls, everybody. Bellow Falls, Vermont. Old town, pretty awesome. Try to get down here to the river. There's some Indian petroglyphs where they carved on the rocks. May have to get back on Google. I think they're over here to the left. Yeah, I see a historic marker. Get across that. Grist Mill Museum. There's the falls themselves somewhere here. Fish ladder. Bellow Falls Canal. First canal in the United States, 1802. Good gosh. Huh. $17.91. Wow. Huh. It was a canal, and then they converted it to just power. So this was part of it originally. Wow. It's awesome. The railroad. Where's this? I want to see these petroglyphs. I'll film them when I find them. But there's the fish ladder, everybody. See it? Going down. It must go through there and come out down there somewhere. Huh. Yeah, the petroglyphs are over here. Anyway, I'll film them in a minute. Dang, everybody. Those petroglyphs are like down in there on them cliff walls. Look how far down that is. Right up there's was a falls, I guess. That bridge is closed, but I see why now. It's got big cracks on each one of the columns. I'm gonna try to cross it because it's a long way around. Get over to New Hampshire. That bridge, I mean, what's the chances of it collapsing just at the moment I would be crossing it? Well, hey, right here be a stealth campsite for real. And this is literally off the beaten path. That's weird. They've got that mark, but I don't see how you get down there. Not, you know what I mean? Not with these damn shoes. But sweet little stealth site here. This is really off the beaten path. You know, you'd have to hammock here. Been industrial at one time. Old set of railroad tracks going out through there. Anyway, I'm gonna get rolling, try to get across this bridge. Hope everybody's having a good day. Yukon over down. Crossing it, everybody. I can see why they've got it closed. Massive deterioration. But its structural integrity, as far as me being on, it's unaffected. Of course, it'll fall at any moment, I'm sure. They'll find my body somewhere way down below. Wow, look at the old passenger train car over there. They've had to modify this railroad bridge. See where they drove them iron pylons in there to help hold it together. That's a retrofit. Dawson. Maybe hard to get out over here. Of course. Damn it. Damn it to hell. You gotta be strong sometimes. Sure. That saved me a couple miles riding though. I hope everybody's having a good one. This Yukon bridge crossing, breaking the law. Ow, ow. Check this out, everybody. This is just like a mile, not even a half mile. Right there's that dam, and that bridge is just right up the river there. This is like a public area. People's been driving down here. This would be sweet. Kind of get, you know, off the beaten path. Looks like there might be a tent or something in that up there. Looks like somebody's here fishing somewhere. You walk down to the river right quick. Huh. The awesomeness. Wow. Do that rock. Pretty. There's a shell. There'd be some goodies in here. This is real old area. This would be good metal detecting. It's just this general area would. Talks about right up here. It says a quarter-mile north, so that's like where that new bridge is now, the one I crossed. It says the first bridge to cross this river, the Connecticut River, in New Hampshire, 1785. That's back there. But I'm pretty sure the one I crossed is one of its replacements. See, down in there is where all your heavy material would be, down in them little pockets. Coins, jewelry, sinkers, anything heavy. See, rifle bullet. Is that lead? Copper. Pretty cool. They might be out boating. I'm gonna have me a bowl and get rolling. They even left a chair. Sit here in the shade. We got some beer cans to keep you company. Right in here. You get a hammock right in here. For real. I don't think anybody mess with you. Anyway, I'm gonna puff and get puff and get rolling. Everybody have a good one. Shoe con over now. Yeah, everybody. See, I'll put this one here in the memory bank. It's potential for next year's cross-country van tour, the lower 48 state tour. This is obviously public. I think that is a group camped over there. Don't know if they're in relation to that vehicle or what, but and that guy just come down. You see lots of activity. So it's more of a, I don't know. I wouldn't think long. You wouldn't want to stay here long, but a night or two I think would be fine. Car or bike or whatever. Even paved all the way down to that car, so even motorcycles potentially get down in here, get up in there. Use caution when it's really wet. This is more sand, it's not really mud. But all that stuff, you know, all that stuff's up to interpretation and what kind of vehicle and your comfort level, whatnot, because they is going to be strangers, see. It's going to be. When it's locals, they're used to this, so I don't know. Be no different than back home if I was at Weaver's Bend or something. Of course, it is national forest or whatever, and this is probably just state owned, would be my guess. It's part of the utility company, part of the highway. Anyway, I'm getting ready to roll. So hope everybody's having a good day. Shoe con over now. Into the line from New York Central, everybody. Into the line. Ain't that pretty badass? Oh man. That train made its final stop there, it looks like. Huh. Wow. That's pretty cool. Well, still heading down the Connecticut River. Hope everybody's having a good day. Shoe con over there. Different. Not sure what's going on there, but it's kind of neat. Still headed down the Connecticut. I've been stopping a lot down there. Well, no. I thought I seen a bike trail. There's a bike trail down here somewhere, but that does not look used. Anyway, I hope I get to take one for a ways, and I hope I'm not missing it. But Google's not showing it, at least I don't see it. Feel like I got something. Let me check. There's something clicking back here. See what's going on. Oh yeah, see here? Yeah. Kind of strapped. Anytime you hear a funny noise, just stop and check it out. That's not the best hole in the world. It's not a very bumpy highway. food bank's real low. Anyway, yabbity yabbity, Yukon over and out. Yeah, everybody, there is a rail trail here. It's the Cheshire Recreational Rail Trail. But obviously there's no packed gravel, at least that I can see. But it's awful pretty, so I'm gonna take it. It follows the road. It's going that way too, but it does look like this side get a little bit more use. And if it starts getting bad, I'll just get up on the road. Just gets me away from the highway and in some shade. And it's actually quite nice looking. Look at that. Look how easy the stealth it'd be. And the Connecticut River is right through them woods and off that embankment. You hear the cars crossing the bridge here. Anyway, I'm gonna roll a little bit, see what this thing's like. If I have a good one, the Yukon over now. Well, hey everybody, I got some really exciting news here. There's a young fella there just pulled in that truck. He's gonna do some hunting for some geese. And we talked for a few minutes, and I asked him about this rail trail, and he said, I asked him if he was familiar with it, and he said yes, and he lived right on it. And I asked him how far it went, and he said it goes all the way to the Massachusetts border. And at this end is the worst of it. It gets better and better. So we shall see. I'm gonna ride it a ways for sure. And I'll let you know how it goes. This is Yukon over and out. Yeah, oh look at the deer, everybody. Oh gosh, everybody be careful with the cars. Oh wow. That was just luck. I was gonna say, I think I may have found a gem here that's been hiding. Look at this. Look at that. That's another little like get off the road. Look at this, folks. Hell, this is like part of it, I guess. This is actually the rail bed right here. Huh. Damn, that means the river. Holy shit. I just think I found my route, at least down to Massachusetts. And I'm not even sure how far it is, to be honest with you. It may not be that far. But still, it gets me to today. I'll stay on this thing. Holy cow, look at this. Yeah, this may be the hidden gem of the trip. You know what I mean? The unexpected surprise. Huh. A little better condition over there. Being rode more over there. But I'm sure it'll link up with this. Wow. Sorry about that angle. That's where I have to lean forward and stuff too, though, especially on a downhill. It throws that angle down. Anyway, sorry about those bad angles. I know there've been several times I've been going, oh, look at that building. So you're just looking at the road. I'm like, damn it, pull the camera up. Yeah. Big root there. But like I say, over there is where everybody's been riding. Hell yeah. Stealth opportunities everywhere. Yeah, now here comes a gate, so it should improve. There's been a few people riding. I see more tire marks now. Actually, that's what it needs. It needs more riders. So you people that live in the southern part of New Hampshire, Vermont border, Connecticut River, here's your great one. I would imagine it allows e-bikes, but don't, it should, because it needs them. And a thin layer. It needs a thin layer of that chat, the whole thing. Needs like an inch, you know, 5-6 feet wide, 7 feet wide, just like wide as the truck. And then just an inch, inch and a half, 2 inches in the softer areas. This would be a great trail. Oh, I feel it already. The more tires run over it, see, the more compacted it makes it. And that's where that chat it's almost like what's underneath me here. Definitely on the rail bed now. Anyway, I've yabbered and yabbered. I'm excited though, if you can't tell. I mean, it's like, this will make stealthing way easier and safer, blah, blah, blah. Because then it's like, if somebody sees you on a bicycle camped out in the woods and you're next to a bicycle trail, it's not a surprise. But if you're just out, you know, anywhere, and they don't see the bike and they see you standing there looking at them, then their thought is, you know, they have bad thoughts of like, they're scared of you more than anything, typically. But still, either not be seen, or if you're going to be seen, you know that you can be there. Anyway, hope everyone's having a great day. This is Yukon over now. Look at this, everybody. This is, I mean, this is like gold. Beautiful seclusion. The trail's definitely getting a little better. Noticing just a little bit more, you know, where there's been some activity. Look at this cut. They cut that back in the day. That's all done by hand, manual labor. There's water. Arguably, yeah, I drink that. Don't really need any. Again, stealthing, but you know, water, if it's running now, that's dependable. I would call that dependable water. Not sure what's above there, but see, it's dry on top, so it's coming off that bedrock layer. Might even be better on out in there. Awesomeness. Well, I hope everybody's having a good one. I'm still tickled to death. I mean, it's tougher than the road, but I mean, there's no comparison. Yukon over and out. There's something that dates back to the tracks. That's, I guess, on a light. Something indicator of like what's ahead. They've improved the trail big time here, but back behind me there must have been a trestle or something, and it's gone now, and it was like, that's dangerous. They need a better. Of course, they tried to put me on the road and the trail was still going, and it didn't make sense, so I took the trail, and I guess should have took the road, but the trestle's not there and it goes straight down on the bank. It'd be very dangerous at night, even at all, mountain bike stuff. Very steep, very, very steep. And a sudden stop at the bottom, and then straight back up the other side. That's what made me think it found a bit of trestle there. That's just right back about a half a mile to a mile. But we'll see. Here the main road's right down there. Probably make better time on it, but I don't know. I'm gonna stick to the trail for a while yet. We'll see what happens. It's Yukon over now. Here's another example of that, everybody. Nowhere near as steep as the last one, still. My guess used to be a trestle. Yeah, used to be a bridge here. Oh, right there, obviously there was on this one. Anyway, keep on over. Check that out, everybody. That's the original railroad bed that cuts down in there, and apparently at some point there must have been a bridge crossing it, and then they just filled that in for the road. That really ought to be put back down in there. Tough climb up out of it. I think I'm getting really close to the high point. I hope so. I'm getting tired of climbing, getting tired just in general. Hope everybody's having a good one. It's Yukon over now. Get out, everybody. Big, long, deep cut here. Solid rock. They've done a good job with this. See, built the bed back up. Took the tracks off. I think about to the top, finally. It's been a long climb. It's a long one. I mean, it's gradual, but boy, it's, you know, sandy, rocky. A few places a little bit muddy. Makes it, you know, much more difficult than pavement for the same grade. Huh. Pretty bad, yeah. I'm starting to feel it going down. See, I'm not even pedaling now. typically them railroads, they don't mess around, you know, they don't go up, down, it's like up, down, down. Best they can until they get to the top of climbs. There goes the trail system. Pretty cool. It almost looks like a damn canal right here. Look at this. Huh. It's neat how they've done this. But I don't think this was ever a canal. It makes any sense. Them walls look funny, don't they? I mean, the need of them doesn't seem necessary. Anyway, yabbity yabbity. Now maybe I can make some time. Hope everybody's having a good one. This Yukon, low on water, tired. Trying to get in town, get a resupply. Yukon over now. I know what that is there on the right. Or at least I'm pretty sure I know what it is. That's an old landfill. And those pipes are to gather methane, I think. I could be totally wrong. But I think they gather methane from the rotting landfill and they send it to a plant. Burn it. Generate power. But anyway, I don't know for sure yet. Pretty cool though, isn't it? But I'm definitely on the downhill. You know, look at this, everybody. I was just thinking about that. I may be one of the first people to ride this trail, because it is like, especially back when I started, this has had a lot of work done to it right here. A lot. There's a bike. But, you know what I mean? It's like, it's definitely still a work in progress. But I'm curious to see what all it's got in store for me. Anyway, yabbity yabbity. This is Yukon over and out. Yeah, really here, folks. Really enjoying this. Look how wide it is and stuff. It's getting better and better. Look at the big piles of debris. There's big stones in there. Must have been lined with rail and stuff. Pieces of cross tie. There's even pieces of rail of the track, of the original track itself back there. Big long section. Bulldozed up to the side. Why did they cut these trees on both sides, especially to the left? And just look at the stealthing. Look at that, both sides. Everywhere. Stealth technology. It's the art of stealth reliance, everybody. Yeah, definitely going down. See, I'm not even pedaling right now. I get a little momentum. I thought it was a steeper grade, pretty steep grade for a railroad bed. A little steeper than the normal. But yabbity yabbity, really enjoying it. Wish I had a little more water. Wish I had me some whiskey, blah blah blah, and I just set up and call it a day. Because there's places everywhere. Hope this continue, or at least get through town, in town, and find a place that, you know, where I don't have to worry about camping there. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Ain't that? No, it's old cross tie. Bunch of them. Anyway, see how they dug that down. That ditch line. That's all, I'd say this summer or last summer. Maybe a little bit of both. Probably last summer. There's some stuff growing out of that. Not much. Either early this spring or late last summer. Anyway, yabbity yabbity. Hope everybody's having a good one. This is Yukon. Over and out. Well, this was a bust, everybody. I come here to Target. Great big old Target. It says liquor and wine. Nada. So I'm going home. Go to the Burger King. Get something to eat. It's getting late. I got like 30 minutes, 40 minutes maybe at most for sunset. Then you another 10, 15 ambient light. So I'm running really low, really late. So I could always find a place to stay right in here easily. Be camp it out in the open again, but right here on the left, I'm gonna give it a little bit of a quick peek right quick. See what this looks like right quick. It's awful open. I don't like it. See the sun. And I got a low battery on my earpiece. I mean, usually it starts at, it's got about 10, 15. All right, everybody, crossing Highway 9. I see an area over there I might check out. Battery's low on me. Anyway, losing that sun fast, I'm moving. How's it going, everybody? I know it's pretty dark, but it's the disadvantage of showing up after dark. Here's a fucking homeless encampment. So I'm gonna peel off down there. I just went over there and checked to see if I hear anybody. Looks like there's not been anybody in or out of that tent in some time. So, but this looks a little safer down here off the beaten path. So I'm gonna get down here and set up. Everybody have a good one. This recording over now.